Welcome all children. So we are doing the third chapter electrochemistry in class 12th. So the topic we'll be discussing today is the last topic, that is topic 3, electrolysis. Okay. So we'll just follow the or we'll just try to know what do you mean by electrolysis. So children, we know that electrolysis is being carried out in an electrolytic cell. Suppose this is the electrolytic cell. And what is an electrolytic cell? Electrolytic cell are those cells in which we use electrical energy. Children, here this is the DC source. It is a container having two electrodes, anode and cathode, where anode is the impure electrode and cathode is the pure electrode. So what happens? Suppose we will take impure copper at anode and pure copper at cathode. So now we will be passing electric current or electric energy through them. So this is the DC source. So what we'll do, we'll use electrical energy to carry out the non-spontaneous chemical reaction. Okay, so in this cell we have taken the electrolyte and a certain voltage is passed through this cell to carry out non-spontaneous chemical reaction. Okay, so the reaction taking place in this electrolytic cell is known as electrolysis. So electrolytic cells are those cells in which electrical energy is used to carry out non-spontaneous chemical reactions, and the reactions which are taking place in the electrolytic cell are known as electrolysis. So this apparatus is generally used to carry out the process of electrolysis, children. So generally we are using external source of voltage in this to bring out the chemical reaction. Now what happens, children, in this cell, what will happen? We'll be taking two copper strips in aqueous solution of copper sulfate. This solution is of copper sulfate. Okay, this is copper sulfate solution. Now what we are doing, we are dipping two copper strip in this. Now it is at anode we have impure copper and at cathode we have pure copper. Okay, so now in passing current, what happens? The pure copper rod is made this cathode. Now what happens? The Cu2 positive ions from this will move and will get deposit at the cathode on gaining electron, and it will become a pure copper rod, and this will be the impure copper rod. What I have told you, children, just try to understand once more. हमने impure copper को anode बनाया और pure copper को cathode बनाया. When we have passed the current through this, what is seen is the copper dissolves from the anode, Cu2 positive ions from the anode dissolves into this solution. Okay, and those Cu2 positive ions which are liberated from the anode will tend to move towards the cathode, and at this cathode Cu2 positive ions will get deposited. Okay, so Cu2 positive ions from the anode will get attracted towards the negatively charged electrode, that is the cathode. Okay, so cathode, what it will do? It will accept this Cu2 positive will accept electron from the cathode, and thus depositing here the pure copper on this copper rod. Okay, so this is how we are getting from this impure copper rod or copper strip pure copper, that is Cu2 positive from this will tend to move to cathode, that is towards the pure strip, and will gain electron because it is negatively charged electron will become pure copper. This is what electrolytic cell is, and this is how the process in an electrolytic cell occurs, and that process is known as electrolysis. Now we have Faraday's laws of electrolysis. Faraday's laws of electrolysis, children, were given by Faraday, and it has given two laws. So the Faraday's first law states that when a reaction is occurring at any electrode, children, we know we have cathode and anode, and if chemical reaction is occurring at any electrode on passing electric current, just now I told you, will pass electric current through the electrodes. So the chemical reaction that is occurring at any electrode will be directly proportional to the quantity of electricity passed through the electrolyte. जो अमाउंट ऑफ केमिकल रिएक्शन किसी भी इलेक्ट्रोड पे होगा जब हम पास करेंगे इलेक्ट्रिक करंट को, तो वो किसके डायरेक्टली प्रोपोर्शनल होगा? टू द क्वांटिटी ऑफ इलेक्ट्रिसिटी पास थ्रू द इलेक्ट्रोलाइट. हम जितनी ज़्यादा इलेक्ट्रिसिटी पास करेंगे इलेक्ट्रोलाइट के थ्रू, उतना ही अमाउंट ऑफ केमिकल रिएक्शन किसी भी इलेक्ट्रोड पे अकर करेगा. यानी कि द अमाउंट ऑफ इलेक्ट्रोलाइट और द अमाउंट ऑफ simple chemical reaction that is occurring at any electrode will be directly proportional to the quantity of electricity passed through the electrolyte. Suppose यहाँ पर कैथोड और एनोड पे रिएक्शंस हो रहे हैं, तो अब मैंने यहाँ से डीसी सोर्स है, आई पास इलेक्ट्रिसिटी थ्रू दिस, आई पास इलेक्ट्रिसिटी थ्रू these two electrodes through this DC source. Now what happens? The reaction that will be taking at cathode or the reaction that is taking at anode is directly proportional to the amount of electricity passed through this source in this electrolyte. So that is what it states. So if W gram of substance get deposited on passing Q coulomb of electricity. Suppose मैंने आपको बताया था हमने यहाँ पे electricity pass करी है. So if we have passed electricity through this solution having electrolyte, then what happens, children? The pure copper got deposited on cathode na. So if W gram of substance, अगर copper deposit हो रहा है W gram, तो वो किसके डायरेक्टली प्रोपोर्शनल होगा? विल बी डायरेक्टली प्रोपोर्शनल द कुलुम, डायरेक्टली प्रोपोर्शनल टू द हाउ मेनी कुलुम ऑफ इलेक्ट्रिसिटी यू हैव पास थ्रू दिस इलेक्ट्रोलाइट. आपने जितनी इलेक्ट्रिसिटी इस इलेक्ट्रोलाइट के थ्रू पास करी है वो डायरेक्टली प्रोपोर्शनल होगी टू द अमाउंट ऑफ सब्सटेंस डिपॉजिटेड एट एनी इलेक्ट्रोड और द रिएक्शन दैट इज अकरिंग एट एनी इलेक्ट्रोड. So if W gram of substance is deposited, will be directly proportional to the amount of electricity passed in coulomb through the electrolyte. So W is directly proportional to Q, or W is equals to, if you remove this proportional sign, it will be equal to ZQ, where Z is the constant of proportionality and Z is the electrochemical equivalent. Here children, Z is the electrochemical equivalent. Okay, so W gram of substance deposited is directly proportional to the Q coulomb of electricity passed through the electrolyte. So W is equals to ZQ. Z is the electrochemical equivalent, and you know Q is equals to IT. That is, Q is the quantity of electricity, children, and quantity of electricity pass is equals to current into T, current into time. So Q is equals to IT. Q is the amount of electricity pass that is equal to the current I into time. How much current is being given in time T? So Q is equals to IT. So what will be the formula become? W is equals to ZIT. Okay. Now what does this Z means? The Z is the constant which is also known as electrochemical equivalent. Now children, what is electrochemical equivalent? Electrochemical equivalent is the amount of substance deposited when 1 ampere of current is passed for 1 second. कितना amount of substance deposit होता है when we pass 1 एम्पियर ऑफ करंट इन 1 सेकेंड. जब हम 1 एम्पियर ऑफ करंट 1 सेकेंड में पास करते हैं तो जो अमाउंट ऑफ सब्सटेंस डिपॉजिट होता है is known as the electrochemical equivalent and its unit is gram per coulomb. Okay, so this is what it is. Now we will move to the Faraday's second law. Okay, Faraday's second law will be doing. So what does it state? If same quantity of electricity is passed through different electrolytes. Children, suppose we are having different containers having different electrolytes and electrodes on in them. Then the amount of different substances formed. अब हमारे पास अलग अलग कंटेनर हैं, उनमें अलग अलग इलेक्ट्रोलाइट हैं और अलग अलग इलेक्ट्रोड्स हैं. तो क्या होगा जब हम उन इलेक्ट्रोलाइट्स के थ्रू इलेक्ट्रिसिटी पास करेंगे. कौन सी इलेक्ट्रोलाइट? Different electrolytes. Suppose we have 3 different electrolytes and we are passing electricity through them. Then what will happen? Different substances will be forming at the electrodes. So 3 different substances will be formed. So the amount of these substances formed will be directly proportional to their equivalent weight. क्या बताया मैंने? What I have told you, when same quantity of electricity is passed through different electrolytes. जब same amount of electricity हम लोग different electrolytes के through pass करते हैं, तब जो amount of different substance form होता है electrodes पे. Generally substance कहाँ form होता है? Electrodes पे. Children, what you have to see, like we have taken these kind of cells 3 times. Okay, so these 3 cells will have 3 different electrolytes. 1, 2 and 3 cells we are having. So one electrolyte in this, second one in second cell and third electrolyte in third cell. And through all these cells, if we pass same amount of electricity, then different substances, because the electrolyte is different, we have 3 different electrolytes, children. So if we have 1, 2 and 3 cells, if this is the DC source, it is the ammeter. In this way we have for these 3 cells, children. Okay, so if these are the 3 cells having different electrolytes, and if we pass same amount of current or electricity through these 3 cells, then this electrolyte is electrolyte A, B and C. These 3 electrolytes are different. Then different substances are deposited on the electrodes. So the amount of substance that are formed, so the amount of substance, different substances that are formed will be directly proportional to their equivalent weight. वो डायरेक्टली किसके प्रोपोर्शनल होंगे? इक्विवेलेंट वेट के. फॉर एग्जाम्पल, if in this we have taken copper sulfate and the electrodes are of copper, then the amount of substance that will be formed at this electrode will be equal to the equivalent weight of copper. Okay, so that's what it is saying. So what it states, we'll do it again. When same amount of electricity is passed through different electrolytes, the amount of different substances formed are directly proportional to their equivalent weight. What is equivalent weight, children? Atomic mass of metal, that is W, divided by the number of electrons required to reduce a cation of the metal. Atomic mass of the metal divided by number of electrons required to reduce a cation of the metal. So it will be equal to W1 upon E1 is equals to W2 upon E2 is equals to W3 upon E3 is equals to, and so on. These are for children different electrolytes. The different mass of substance deposited. Okay, will be equal to W1 upon E1. Okay, where W is the mass of substance, and E is the equivalent weight. So that's what it is. Now children will be doing Faraday's constant. What is Faraday's constant? So Faraday's constant is generally having fixed value 96500. So how we got that value, that I am going to tell you now. Suppose the amount of electricity, so we have silver ion, okay. So the amount of electricity that is required for the oxidation or reduction, it will depends upon the stoichiometry of the reaction. Here children, we have silver ion. So the amount of electricity that will pass through this will be depending upon whether the oxidation of the species is being occur of the species is occurring, or whether it is reduction of species is occurring, and that will depend upon the stoichiometry of the electrode reaction. What it means children, for example, here we have silver ions and silver ion is gaining one electron. Silver ion is gaining one electron. So gaining of electron is reduction. So here we have one Ag positive, so it will require one electron. Okay, so what it means, that 1 mole electron is required for the reduction of 1 mole of silver ion. किसके ऊपर डिपेंड कर रहा है कि कितने इलेक्ट्रॉन चाहिए, कितने मोल ऑफ इलेक्ट्रॉन चाहिए, किसके ऊपर डिपेंड करेगा कि कितने मोल ऑफ सिल्वर आयन है. ओके, सो कितने मोल है, वी हैव 1 ओवर हियर. ओके चिल्ड्रन, इट इज अंडरस्टूड दैट इट इज 1 and the number written in front is known as a stoichiometry. So what it means, what I want to say is, कितनी इलेक्ट्रिसिटी चाहिए इस सिल्वर आयन को के रिडक्शन के लिए, वो किसके ऊपर डिपेंड कर रही है, इस सिल्वर आयन की स्टाइचियोमेट्री के ऊपर. तो इसको कितने इलेक्ट्रॉन की ज़रूरत है, 1 इलेक्ट्रॉन की ज़रूरत है. सो किसके ऊपर डिपेंड करा, स्टाइचियोमेट्री ऑफ द आयन के ऊपर, कि इसको रिड्यूस करने के लिए जितनी इलेक्ट्रिसिटी की ज़रूरत है वो किसके ऊपर डिपेंड करेगी, द स्टाइचियोमेट्री ऑफ द स्पीशीज, दैट इज इन दिस केस इट इज सिल्वर. नाउ चिल्ड्रन, वी नो दैट फॉर 1 इलेक्ट्रॉन द चार्ज इज 1.6 into 10 to the power minus 19 coulomb. For 1 electron the charge is 1.6 into 10 to the power minus 19 coulomb. Therefore children, what will be the charge on 1 mole of electron? For 1 mole of electron, the charge will be charge on 1 electron into Avogadro number. Okay. So what it would be children? Avogadro number into charge of 1 electron. So it will come out to be 96500 coulomb per mole. So this quantity of electricity is called Faraday's constant and is represented by capital F. Capital F. So on combining the Faraday's laws, two Faraday's laws, we got Z is equals to E upon F is equals to W upon Q. This is what we got. Z is equals to E upon F is equals to W upon Q. Okay children, so hope this is clear to you all. Now we'll be moving to a numerical. What does it states? We'll do this numerical now. An aqueous solution of copper sulfate was electrolyzed between platinum electrodes using a current of 0.1287 ampere for 50 minutes. Now children, we have taken an aqueous solution of copper sulfate, and that is electrolyzed between platinum electrodes. We have taken platinum electrodes, 2 platinum electrodes, and we have taken in the cell aqueous solution of copper sulfate. Okay, and a current of this much 0.1287 ampere is passed through that cell. Now for 50 minutes we'll be passing this much amount of current. So children, current is basically I. Okay, so I value is given and time is given T. and atomic mass of copper is given 63.5 gram per mole. Now what is asked is cathodic reaction. Children, cathodic reaction, at cathode there is always gain of electron. So what we'll write for cathode, we have Cu2 positive ion and it will gain 2 electron. Copper, it is always, children, Cu2 positive. Like for silver earlier it was Ag positive. So like for copper it will be Cu2 positive always. So Cu2 positive will gain 2 electron because at cathode there is gain of electron. On gaining 2 electron it will form copper. Okay, so this is the cathodic reaction. Now we'll move to the second part. Calculate electric charge passed during electricity. Now children, what is electric charge? Electric charge is Q, and you need to find out Q over here. So what is the formula to find out Q? To find out Q, the formula is I into T. I into T, that is current into time. So we have time given here in minutes. So we'll convert this time into seconds by multiplying 50 with 60. So time will be, children, 50 into 60 seconds. We have to convert. It was in minutes. So to convert into seconds, we'll multiply it with 60. So it will be 3000 seconds. I is already given in the question. So Q is equals to I. T. I is this much. Time is this much. So Q will be equals to 386.1 coulomb. Now the second part is, you have to find out the mass of copper deposited at cathode. So children, mass is represented by small m, and we have done the formula m is equals to ZIT. M is equals to ZIT, children. So we'll apply that formula. M is equals to ZIT. Z is equals to, children, equivalent weight upon 96500 into I into T. So Z is equals to equivalent weight upon Faraday's constant. Just now I have told you here, children. Z is equals to equivalent upon Faraday's constant. So we have kept this formula over here. So Z is equals to this upon this into I into T, because M is equals to ZIT. So I we know, T we know, Z is equivalent weight upon 96500. So equivalent weight is equals to, children, atomic mass divided by the valency or the charge. So of copper, the atomic mass is 63.1 and the charge over copper is 2. So equivalent weight will be 63.5, that is atomic mass divided by the valency or the charge, upon 2, divided by Faraday's constant. So it is 96500 into I is what, children? I is equals to 0.1287 ampere and T is 3000 seconds. So this both I into T came out to be 386.1. So we have just kept the value of IT over here. So the mass will be equals to, on solving this we get 0.127 gram. Now products of electrolysis. The products of electrolysis formed, or the products formed during electrolysis, will depend on, children, नेचर ऑफ मटीरियल इलेक्ट्रोलाइज. जिस मटीरियल को हम लोग इलेक्ट्रोलाइज कर रहे हैं उनके नेचर के ऊपर डिपेंड करता है. जो प्रोडक्ट फॉर्म हो रहा है वो किसके ऊपर डिपेंड करता है? उस मटेरियल के ऊपर जिसकी हम लोग इलेक्ट्रोलिसिस कैरी आउट करें. फॉर एग्जांपल कॉपर की इलेक्ट्रोलिसिस करी थी जब हमने कॉपर सल्फेट को इलेक्ट्रोलाइट लिया था. ओके, तो किसके ऊपर डिपेंड करा? कॉपर के ऊपर डिपेंड करा. The nature of the material being electrolyzed. Next, type of the electrode used. हमने किस तरह का इलेक्ट्रोड यूज़ करा है? We have two types of electrodes, children. One is inert. Okay, inert electrodes are those which do not take part in any chemical reaction. They will only provide the electrons. And second one is the electrode is reactive. That is, if the electrode is reactive, it will be participating in the electrode reaction. So first is nature of the substance being electrolyzed, material being electrolyzed. Second is the type of electrode you are using. One is inert. It will not take part in the reaction, but it will only provide the electron. And the second type of electrode is reactive. That is, it will be taking part in the electrode reaction. Third is different oxidizing and reducing species present in the electrolytic cell and their standard electrode potential. जो अलग अलग टाइप की ऑक्सीडाइजिंग और रिड्यूसिंग स्पीशीज प्रेजेंट है. बिकॉज चिल्ड्रन यू नो we have both oxidation and reduction occurring in the electrolytic cell. So it will depend upon the oxidizing and reducing species that are present in the electrolytic cell, and will also depend upon their standard electrode potential. उनके standard electrode potential की value के ऊपर भी depend करता है. किसके ऊपर? Oxidizing और reducing species के ऊपर, and on their standard electrode potentials. Next, it will depend upon over voltage. Okay, now some of the reactions are feasible, are very slow, like some of the chemical reactions are very slow. So kinetically, that lower voltage, these do not seem to take place, and hence an extra voltage is required for them. Like children, for some of the reaction, they are thermodynamically feasible, but kinetically they'll be very slow at a lower voltage. So the reaction will be occurring very slowly. So to make the reaction fast, we apply external voltage. More voltage or extra voltage is being provided, that is known as over potential or over voltage, to make the reaction occur at the cell. Okay children, so this is what generally, that is on which the products of electrolysis will be depending. Now next one children, we are going to do some important examples of electrolysis now. So children, here we have electrolysis of molten sodium chloride. We have electrolysis of molten sodium chloride. So we are just taking the aqueous solution. Okay children, so first we are having only molten sodium chloride. So children, at cathode, Na positive, it is always gain of electron. At cathode, it is always gain of electron. So Na positive will gain 1 electron and will change into sodium. And at anode, it is loss of electron. So 2Cl negative will be losing 2 electron and will liberate chlorine at anode. So this is what generally the reaction that will be occurring at cathode and anode. At cathode, it is gain of electron in case of molten sodium chloride. At anode, it is loss of electron. So at anode, Na positive will gain electron, and at cathode, Cl negative will lose electron. So this is one example children. Now we'll do one more example of this. This is somewhat big one. So here we have taken aqueous solution of sodium chloride. So aqueous solution means children, we are dipping it into water, dissolving it into water. So we have NaCl. NaCl will dissociate it to Na positive plus Cl negative, and water, because we have taken aqueous solution of sodium chloride, therefore it is dissolved in water. So water on dissociation will give H positive and OH negative. Now children, will find out the various reactions that will be occurring at the cathode and at the anode. Now here children, at cathode, I have told you, at cathode it is always gain of electron. Who will gain electron? The one who is positive. So here we have Na positive and H positive. So here Na positive is gaining 1 electron, H positive is gaining 1 electron. So what is forming children? Sodium, and here it is forming half of H2. The value of E0 cell here is equals to 2.71 volt, and the value of E0 cell in case of hydrogen is 0 volt. Now children, the reaction that has higher value of E0 is preferred. So children, here for E0 value of Na positive is negative, but for hydrogen it is 0. So 0 is greater than this negative value. So which reaction will be counted or preferred at cathode? The one who is having greater value of E0. So the reaction that will be preferred at cathode is hydrogen. So what reaction is followed over here? H positive plus electron is forming half of H2. So this is the equation 1. But children, H positive is produced by the dissociation of water, as you can see. So this H positive is produced by the dissociation of water. So here the reaction is H2O is giving H positive plus OH negative. So this is the equation number 2 children. This is the equation number 2. Now what happens? We'll just find out the net reaction. So we'll take out the sum of these two equations. We'll take out the sum of equation 1 and equation 2, children. So taking the sum, what we'll get from H positive, this H positive will cancel out. So what is left in the left side? H2O and electron. So H2O plus electron is giving what, children? Half H2 is written over here. H positive is being cancelled. So it is half H2 plus OH negative, because these two are cancelled out. Right on the right side, left on the left, this left on the left side. So this is what we got. So suppose this is the equation number 3. Okay, now at anode will be taking the negative one, that is Cl negative and OH negative. So at anode what happens, children? There is always loss of electron. So children, what it will be? Cl negative on loss of electron will form half Cl2 plus electron. E naught is positive 1.36 volt. So E naught value of chlorine is more. While for OH negative it is half H2O plus 1 upon 4 O2 plus electron. Now children, will take the LCM over here. Okay, we'll take the LCM over here, or simply you just let it be like this only. So OH negative is equals to half of H2O plus 1 upon 4 O2 plus electron. So this is what the another reaction that is occurring at anode. But children, here we have more value of E naught for Cl negative, and here so, or we can write it like this. This equation we can write like 2 of H2O on taking the LCM, 2 of H2O. Oh, okay. So it will be 2 of H2O plus, will be giving O2 plus 4H positive plus 4 electron. So the E naught cell will be equal to 1.23 volt. So this will be the equation number 5, children. So we got 3 equation over here. Okay. So this is equation 3rd, this is equation 4th, and this is equation 5. Now, how we got this equation 5, children? We'll be adding this with this. If you add this with this, we got H2O plus OH negative, है ना? These two will add, H2O1 and OH1. These two equations we are going to add. So on adding these two equations, that is equation 2, children, equation 2 and equation 4. These two equations we will be adding. So OH negative will get cancelled out. We have here H2O. Okay, children, we have here H2O, and OH negative is being cancelled out. And at the right side we have H2O plus half O2, okay, and H positive also. So children, now we'll be taking the LCM of these. What I'm talking about, I'm just adding this and this equation. Okay, these two I'm adding. What is being cancelled out? What is being cancelled out in these two? What is common? OH negative is common. So this OH negative get cancelled out with this OH negative. So children, what we get is H2 on the right side we got. Only H2 is left because this is being cancelled. And on the right side we have H positive. From this H positive and half H2O, that is H2O we will be having. Okay, and we have this one, children. We have O2 and we have this electron also. Now children, this half H2O will be going to that side of H2O, and then we'll be taking out the LCM. So on adding this equation and this equation, what we get is 2H2O will give O2 plus 4H positive plus 4 electron. So E naught cell is coming out to be 1.23, which is less than 1.36 volt. So children, I have told you the reaction that will be feasible is the one having greater value of E naught cell. Okay, children. So the reaction that will be occurring at anode is Cl negative 1, that is half Cl2 plus electron. and the reaction that is visible at cathode will be H2O plus electron will be giving half of H2O plus OH negative. So the net reaction is, children, what we have taken? We have taken aqueous solution of NaCl. NaCl plus H2O will be giving what, children? This NaCl will be dissociating into Na positive plus half Cl2 plus half H2O plus OH negative. So this is what the net reaction is. That is on passing the current through this aqueous solution of NaCl, the net equation will be NaCl aqueous solution that is in water will give Na positive plus half Cl2, half H2O, electron and OH negative. That is OH negative simply giving. इलेक्ट्रॉन से इलेक्ट्रॉन कैंसिल हो गया बेटा. From here electron and electron, these two are being cancelled out. So the product formed is this Na positive, OH negative, half H2, half Cl2. That is half H2, half H2, half Cl2, half Cl2, OH negative, OH negative. Na will dissociate into Na positive and it is NaCl plus H2O. So this is what the reaction is. So I just hope this one is clear to you all. Thank you all and have a nice day.